Everyone, welcome to Whack Comics. I'm here with my co-host, as always, Tyler. How you going, man?
Oh my gosh, yes!
This is amazing. I just want everyone to know this wouldn't happen on anyone else's stream.
No, it would not. Oh my god, it would be frowned upon by most people.
Only the best content over here.
Hey, we go live.
Oh, wow.
And earthquakes happen.
No, you're not.
Oh shit.
Oh, well, it's about that time of the show, right?
Oh, it must be. Hey, are you ready?
I'm ready. I'm always ready.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Whack Comics. I'm not here with my co-host, as always, Tyler. I've got a special guest co-host today, and he's my daddy. He's my daddy Concha. He is Ignacio. How you going, Ignacio?
Hola, Concha. ¿Cómo estás?
I just want to say a quick thank you to Slotted Up for becoming a member of Whack Comics. We really fucking appreciate it.
Thank you for joining Whack Comics. I'm Tyler's twin.
Can you do it more sexy so people?
No.
All right, let's bring in. We've got Darren and Ryan from Old Man Rufus. Thanks heaps for joining us, guys.
Hey guys, I recognize that Ignacio guy.
Sorry, I had to lie to you, Darren, but we wanted to keep it a surprise.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I thought who best to co-host talking, a new Killeroo book than another Killeroo artist,
Yeah.
He's got like an inside perspective almost, that we just don't have.
Yeah, I already have the answers to the question, so.
Right. Well, I suppose the first question is how'd you come about with Old Man Rufus?
This one's to me. We can ask Ignacio. But, no,
Well-
it's actually a concept that the first artist, another Ryan Wilton, who I worked with on Killeroo's Scars, which is kind of his origin story. And he was just sort of mucking about with some different drawings and so forth. And one day he took the Scars cover and he aged it up, so it's like an older version. He had like an eye patch and stuff like that. So that was the first sort of inkling, I guess, I had of a older version of the character. I think it was around the time Gran Torino came out, so there was all that "get off my lawn" sort of grumpy memes going around. And just I sort of took that concept of just an older version and created a story around it, and pitched it to Ryan here, and off we went.
Nice.
And how was it for you, Ryan, when you received the Darren's idea? How it hooked you? What did he say that hooked you to do this comic?
I like the idea that was a bit more in the future, a bit more broken down. I really like the idea of hover stuff. Don't have to draw wheels as much.
Yeah.
Because Darren's asked me to do a bit of stuff on Killeroo before, but I was really scared because it's like, it's gonna be bikes, heaps of motorbikes, bikies. That was
bar scenes.
That's the big scary thing. But I thought, this one won't have heaps of bikes or cars. But I've drawn more bikes or cars than I ever have. But it's been great. I'm getting really used to it now. I'm really liking it actually. So thank you, Darren. He's been pushing me very well, and I'm very happy with the results. I think just because it was a different environment, and I have always wanted to work on Killeroo. I thought one day I'll get there, but I think that really, there's some cool ideas, and it's different. Being in the futures, different possibilities.
Yeah,
really going for a kind of a heavy metal kind of vibe with this sort of grungy and decayed and that sort of thing. So a post-nuclear apocalyptic background. I didn't think of anyone but Ryan for that.
Yeah, because
Yeah, he's a.
yeah.
Well, your art looks amazing.
Oh, it
Thank
really
you. So is
does.
yours. I love your stuff. It's amazing. So yeah.
Thank you, man.
I think every artist on
Settle down,
Killeroo's,
guys.
every artist on Killeroo is totally different. That's really one of the cool things about it. Like everyone brings their own style to it. Like I think everyone's drawn Killeroo, haven't they now? Like at least on a
Almost.
pin-up or
Yeah, I've drawn
Almost.
Killeroo too. I've got
Yeah.
a little one there.
Look at that.
There we
Ah,
go.
there we go. Very nice.
Everyone here has drawn Killeroo.
And your Kickstarter was fully funded within like 72 hours. Is that right, Darren?
Yeah, I'd been pushing it pretty hard with a pre-launch campaign. So thankfully, I got some pretty big take up fairly early. My only concern, and to those who have backed my previous Kickstarters, I think there's a bit of hesitancy from some people to jump on board this new one because I actually haven't delivered the books from the last one, like Ignatio's book. However, those are at the printers right now. I was actually hoping to get a video or some photos of them on the factory floor. So I'll be receiving them probably next week and shipping out the week after. So those books are well on the way.
Excellent.
Awesome.
Excellent.
Awesome. Let's have a quick look at the Kickstarter here. Let's have a look at the trailer. I always love watching the trailers.
Hi, I'm Ryan Vella. I'm the artist in MAN RUFUS. With this book, I'm working a lot more closely with the writer Darren than I normally would. More lead-up work than I've ever done before. Lots of sketches, character and vehicle designs, using a lot more reference, way more actually. Another huge aspect of the project is that it'll be in color, so I'm taking that into account when I'm inking it, leaving a bit more room for the colorist to move, but still keeping the same level of detail that I normally do.
Epic.
I've actually got I have to thank Stephen Koch for putting that video together for me. And we've also got Ignatio cover unlocking soon, hopefully.
And it's in a t-shirt already, so that's cool too.
Yeah.
I have to thank you for that because I love seeing my drawings on t-shirts.
So disappeared. Here we go. I'm bringing it back. It disappeared for me for a second. It wouldn't let me go away from the video.
While you do that, Lee, I want to ask Ryan, because in the video, in the trailer, you say that you do for this project you did more sketches, more concepts, designs. How's your process usually, and how what's the difference between your usual process and the process you are doing here with MAN RUFUS? I know that Darren has very specific ideas of how Rufus needs to look, and he's a great art director in that for that and for his whole world. So I know a little bit about what his approach is, but I want to know more about your approach to it.
Yeah, well, with what I normally do, normally with my stuff, I'll write a basic script. I work very Marvel style, I suppose. Write a very basic sort of plot idea. Then I'll do thumbnails of it. like very small, very, very loose, tiny. Each page is like that big. Something I'll do a pass through it a couple of times of the whole thing. Then I'll sort of get straight into it. I don't do too much, even with characters. I'll draw them once, and if I'm happy with them once, that's the template I'll do for the whole book. I don't do as much. Yeah, like with this thing, I've done so much character design, and I'm not character design, but just getting used to the character, because it's hard drawing a kangaroo straight up. Like the ears, the nose, the mouth is. I've just been practicing over and over to just drawing Rufus. Like that's been a big thing because
Ignacio knows what that's like.
No, I wouldn't know about that.
There's lots of little things. Like I'm not used to drawing animals that much really, and when I do, it's like my version of an animal. You know what I mean? It's not. And this story's got, and this story. It's not just Rufus. There's the hawk. There's the
and
possum.
the possum. Yeah.
There's more than animals than that. There's other animals coming into it, and I've never drawn, and it has to be exactly right. So there's a lot of that, which is really cool. The vehicle design, there's been so much work put into that vehicles from Darren and other people. Yes, tons and tons, and so pages of lead up work I've been doing for a few months before the story was finished, type of thing. So. Which has been really good for me, just getting a hang of everything. So every time I'm drawing, I'm keeping it the same. And using 3D modeling, I've never done that ever.
Oh wow!
So that's a little bit the vehicle stuff. That's new for me, very new. But that's really good. It's really helped. Yeah, it's helped heaps. And the color, obviously, having this book in colors, that's totally different for me. So.
Yeah, we just had on screen the colours of that page 9.
It's amazing. I can't believe it.
It's great.
It's amazing.
Blown me away. That, speechless almost with that. Yeah, so can't wait to see the rest of it.
Well, it has a really good base to work off.
Yeah.
Because your black and white art, man.
Oh, it's crazy detail. Look at this.
Yeah.
Stand.
Yeah, that city must have been fun.
Yeah, how long does a page like this take you to draw, right?
Oh, that first page, that's the longest I've ever spent on any page ever. That took, I think, a week to pencil it, and I've never taken that long. It took 3 days to ink it, I think, or 4. That's because I wanted that city to be right, because I know it's Perth, and I wanted to be. And even one of my guys, my band's from Perth, so I'm like, I've got to get it right. He was like picking out the buildings. That's that. That's that. So I'm like, oh no, I've got to get this exactly right. That's what I thought. The person coloring this is, geez, have fun. Have fun with that. But I can't believe they did such an amazing job. Like, yeah, so cool.
Yeah, it's
dogs there.
It's really good to see, and it gives you some peace of mind to see that the colorist does honor to the liner, to the black and white art. But speaking of black and white art, I know I might be skipping some question that Lee might have, but he has me here for a reason, so he has to endure me. There's a really cool special part of this campaign that involves a sketch cover, but
that's literally what I was going to ask about next. So let's scroll back up. Here it is. Here, how cool is that?
Yeah,
but that goes further.
With so many blank. Sorry, Ignacio. Most blank variants are literally just the same book with a blank cover that you can draw on it. And I just had the idea, because Ryan's been good enough to supply his original pencil scans as he goes. And because he's done that, I'm able to have that as a separate layer in the InDesign document where I'm setting up the book. So I can actually have the letters from the book sitting on top of the pencils as well as the colors. So just seemed like a pretty easy way to do a semi-artist edition, to just go, all right, well, for the blank variant, let's just have the pencils instead.
I know for one, I'm definitely looking forward to getting a copy of that, because I loved all the unwrapped editions that DC does. You know, I've got a fair few of those. It's really nice just seeing the pencils, the details in all the pencils. I swear I could stare at these pages for like ever. They're just the penciled pages.
I'm considering even doing a variant of this one. Like you can see the cover logo is grey, which sort of matches the pencils inside. I'm thinking of maybe doing a black logo version and doing the same with the inks.
Oh, yep, inked one. Yeah, like they do them. They call them noir ones, don't they? Well, DC
the noir,
does it. Yeah,
Batman noir stuff.
Yeah.
Well, it looks great. So if you do it, I think there's surely going to be someone that wants that.
Oh yeah,
for sure.
Me right here. I've got my hand up. But you just reached one of your stretch goals as well, and unlocked the cover by Lauren Marshall, which is really cool. I just saw her last night on Comic Net AU. If people are subscribed to Comic Net AU, you should go and do that. I'll drop the link in the chat in a second.
Yeah, she's an amazing artist. She just recently finished up Young Rufus story for me, which came out really nicely. And just thought she's a natural for a cover. So pretty great to have that one unlocked.
And if we get to 12K, we unlock another variant cover by this Ignacio guy?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
He's a weird dude, that guy.
Thank you very much.
He fits in well with us.
Beeford's saying he can really appreciate a great sketch cover too. I think it's a really unique idea for a sketch cover too, having it all in pencils. Just really cool. Yeah, I love all the variant covers too. Jamie Johnson, his variant cover is so cool. And I heard that the same colorist on this is the same colorist that Jock uses.
That's right, yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, Jamie's got some pretty good contacts, so that was pretty cool.
Yeah, it looks great.
Jock, is that the 2000 AD guy?
I'm not sure.
No.
But yeah, there's a heap of different variant covers that you can get along with it, and some more that will unlock as you go. But
I was particularly happy with that Mark Sexton cover, because Mark's been a friend of mine for years, and also was an inspiration of making Australian comics. He did a book called Bug and Stump back in the day, and he's since gone on to just that one on the left there.
Yeah.
He's now he did the storyboards for Black Panther, for Mad Max Fury Road, a whole bunch of Marvel films. I think Thor, Love and Thunder. I think he's working on another Mad Max project at the moment. So yeah, it was amazing to get him on board for that.
Awesome.
Indeed.
And I just want to share my screen again after I pull this one up, because there's something really cool that I really haven't seen with too many other Kickstarters. You're doing a collaboration. Obviously, you're saying this one's a no-brainer because Adventure Illustrated is a team up with Killeroo and the star of this book,
Gary Challoner. Yeah, again, Gary's probably one of my mentors. He's been doing Australian comics since the 1980s. So he's been around the traps for a while. And I've worked with him before. I've inked some of his work on, and it was amazing to finally get Killeroo matched with his little platypus monotreme character, Flash Domingo. So
it was so cool. So if you back both of the projects, you'll get is this one the cover or a print?
There's two things. You get there's a color print and a black and white print with art by Ryan Vella, by the way.
Oh, this guy.
So each campaign like Old Man Rufus will send you the color one. The Adventure Illustrated campaign will send you the black and white one. And by doing so, you also unlock the ability to get a special cover, which is the one you were pointing out there.
Yeah, this one here. Yeah.
So when people back that campaign, when it gets to the end and they do their backer survey, they'll be able to select that cover as the cover that they want for the book.
That's awesome. That's a really cool collaboration. And there's, I'll drop this link in the chat here.
Yep.
So people can go and back that one. And then there's also another one that you're doing.
Yeah, there's one. I've been doing lettering and working with Gary Della, on a book called Rick McClune, which is kind of a Western kind of a book. And since we were running concurrent campaigns, we had the idea of let's do a double backer print as well for that one. So the artist Ben Sullivan put together a picture that basically crossovered Killeroo, Old Man Rufus, and as if he was in the Western next to Rick McClune. And the same kind of deal. There'll be a colour version of the print and a black and white version of the print. I think on my Instagram I posted the art for those.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
Or on Twitter, one of those, because I saw it today.
Yeah.
I'll jump into Twitter and have a gaze then, because I'm not finding it in there.
I'm not sure. Either or.
Yeah, here it is.
Yeah. So it's also, I think, in the last campaign update.
That
There we go.
might be
That's
it.
the black and white.
Yep.
And that's the color. It looks
Yeah.
so good both ways.
Yeah.
So
It's pretty cool. Ben's a great artist.
He's
Yeah.
awesome.
And
Chuck the link.
Graham Jackson did a great colour job on it too.
Yep. Hey, Digger. Yeah, that's great. So definitely, there's three projects you can back right here and get some awesome Killeroo swag with all of them. That's so dope.
Well, one of the
Well,
things that I like about Kickstarter is it's really quite a collaborative environment. You know, most people running Kickstarters are keen not just to get their own books funded, but to help others get theirs funded. So
Definitely.
this is just a nice little way of tying them together and, you know, getting access to their audience for my book and similarly their book for my audience. So.
Speaking of Kickstarter, Darren, since we run Semper Fidelis in April,
Yep.
You have run what, two, including this, two other Killeroo books, Kickstarters, and
Yep.
2 or 3 other campaigns for other people, right?
Yeah. So because I've been doing these for a while, I've started basically a consulting job. So if people want some help with their Kickstarter, I come on board as a consultant and help them design their page and help promote it and that sort of thing. So it's a nice little side gig for me. And generally my fee, we build that into the target goal. So as soon as they reach target, I'm already paid for. So
Excellent.
yeah, it's a good little system.
Besides that, what can you say to whoever listens now or in the replay? A couple of tips for a Kickstarter campaign, for a successful Kickstarter campaign, because you have succeeded in every campaign. And also, what have you learned that you didn't know before this campaign?
Okay. I suppose the main tip I have is a lot of people tend to just launch their Kickstarter and think they're done. Like, oh, okay, I've set that up. People will find it and they'll back it and everything will be great. And it doesn't really work that way. You will get some organic reach from people who are just looking through comics on Kickstarter and go, oh, that one looks all right. But most of your audience, you have to bring there. You have to promote it. You have to market it. You have to become so annoying that people can't stop seeing your campaign show up in their feed. And I've become a master at that. And and you just have to wear it. You just have to go, well, I'm probably going to annoy a few people with this, but that's the way this works. You know, if I want to get it funded and I want to get my artists paid, I have to put in the work. And similarly, I think you see quite a few Kickstarter campaigns where they really haven't put in a lot of effort into the presentation of their campaign page, like how many graphics there are, how much information, you know, how will the books be shipped, you know, the funding breakdown, where the money goes when people are interested to know all of this stuff. So if you don't provide it, then I think you get less people jumping on board because you haven't given them enough to go, well, this guy knows what they're doing. And it's really quite a trust-based system. They're looking at what you're doing and going, I trust that this book will get delivered, so I'm going to put my money in. And I never take that for granted. That's a huge thing. And I think your second part of the question, what have I learned? Since the last campaign, I think I definitely, if I could do it again, I would probably have delayed Old Man Rufus a little until I'd gotten the books delivered, like Semper Fi and Young Rufus. But I had some health issues about a month ago, which really delayed that. So the idea was everyone would have their books before I launched this one. But the choice was either that or I delay this until like January, February, and that's too long for Ryan not to eat. So I really needed to get some funding sorted so that Ryan could get paid. And, you know, Ryan will be finished by then. So it's kind of, yeah, you will be.
Well, when January.
How far into the book are you, Ryan?
A third finished, totally.
Yeah, it's completely inked.
Yeah, I was going Darren to finish off the next part.
Yeah.
I know the story, but the actual full proper breakdown of it all, do it all.
Yeah, I like to make comics, but I'm not what you'd call a professional writer. So Ryan gets dribs and drabs of script when I get around to writing it.
And that's different for me because normally I'll lay out the whole book, then I'll pencil really rough the whole book, then I'll go through and pencil it more details. So this is different, doing chunks. So,
well, like you said, you know, the whole thing's plotted out. I just have to actually script what panels go on what pages. So,
and you do all your stuff physically too, Ryan, because there's a couple of pages available on the Kickstarter as well. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't do any digital at all.
Oh wow!
So you can't flip. You can't scratch with digital. Like you can't do all that digital. So
yeah, that's right.
There's some of the rewards. I just wanted to show everyone.
Actually, while I got you there, I actually inked Ryan's cover for the book. I can bring it up on screen if that helps.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So this is the original inked artwork that I lightboxed Ryan's pencils over. I went a bit too heavy on Rufus, but yeah, I think it turned out pretty well.
That looks
well.
amazing.
He's the main dude.
Cool.
Yeah.
I love that. That's great. I love
What's
that.
not to love, man? There's a giant mutant kangaroo and a giant croc.
Yeah, right?
Bring it on.
I absolutely love that. Oh, look, there's Ignacio's.
Yeah, there's the T-shirt design there.
That's awesome.
One of my favorite things, though, about this Kickstarter is that you can actually buy some original art. Here we go. On the original art page, you can get that crazy fucking detailed page one.
Weeks of Ryan's labor just sitting there, and you can frame it on your wall.
Yep. And then
I don't want it. Take it.
You don't want
all my original art just sits around. Doesn't do anything. So I have no sentimental value with my art. Like once I've done it and printed it, it's like, well, it's just sitting around. Like anyone wants it, you know what I mean? So.
And page 10 here, this is possibly what made Ryan jump on the book, this bike here with no wheels.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've got a hover bike there.
It looks great. I love that hover bike.
Yeah, me too.
Mm.
I wanted to include it in my variant, but
Yeah. Tricky.
And then this is really cool. You can get yourself drawn into the book, a cameo, your own face right up in there.
That's Timmy. That's my mate Timmy's in my band.
You couldn't have got him in it with his shirt on.
Oh, it's hard to. Well, Lucky's wearing pants in that photo. So, hi Timmy, if you're watching, he's probably watching.
It's the end of the world, dude.
Who needs shirts?
Most social cues are out the window.
Yeah,
and then there's the big kahuna, page 9.
Oh, nice.
Mm.
And there's part of me that doesn't want these to sell because I'll probably buy them from Ryan and have them on my wall. So if people don't pick them up, they won't be sitting on Ryan's shelf. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
I think you got first dibs, right? You can choose.
Well, I'm giving the backers first dibs. They can grab it.
Oh,
but,
yeah.
That's noble of you.
It is. It is. One of my favorite things that you do on these projects, Darren, is add-ons, so you can get any of the old Killeroo comic books that you might have missed out on, like Ignacio Semperfi right here, and the one that I actually missed out on was Young Rufus. So I grabbed that on my order. So if you missed out on any of these previous Kickstarters, you can add them on to this one.
Yep. I've got a full stock of all of those books, and I'd really like to get rid of them. So please add on these books so I can ship them out.
Oh, that tower!
Yeah, it was tricky with particularly this shot is set in Adelaide, and when you're doing a futuristic kind of a story, I mean, it's easy to just draw buildings and wastelands that are just not real. You know, it's all fantasy. But I've always struck for a certain level of realism. So the idea with even a futuristic Australia is to show a few landmarks and a few real buildings and real settings to kind of really sell it. It's sort of like, you know, this is a largely untouched area, but it's still very run down by that time. So you got makeshift walls made out of corrugated iron, that sort of thing.
So whereabouts is it in Australia is this set? We had Sydney before, Perth before, now Adelaide?
Yeah, well, these characters from Perth are basically going hunting for Rufus, so they're trying to find him. And their journey takes them across Australia, and we'll see what happens when they meet him.
Can I take a guess?
Here's a better look at that print.
That's the double backer print.
Yeah.
Again, that one was coloured by Graham Jackson as well, which matches kind of the colours for that book.
Yep.
And more of Ryan's crazy detail in the background.
Amazing.
And is the other one here as well? Oh, there it is.
Yep.
I should have just stayed here. What's wrong with you?
Yeah.
There you go.
Oh, that's great.
Speaking of sorry.
This is true, Comic Zombie. He sucks so much that Ignacio was taken over.
I think if you give Ignacio a small amount, and he'll run a mile with it. So yeah.
Dude, I haven't left since we came here, Darren. I haven't left.
We kept you locked up.
I didn't see that.
speaking-
There's a 10k unlockable thing as well.
Yeah. So basically, every $2,000 unlocks a new stretch goal, and then it's either going to be a new cover or a bonus print.
And what's the classified thing?
Well, that'll be what happens then.
That's great. And we've got some more. I like this. We've already hit 100 backers, so we'll all receive a search on a phone and desktop background images. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. So all your favorite covers, you can have them on your phone.
Yep. A backer credits page at 200. We're not too far from 200 backers now. Eh?
We're getting there.
160 before. And what was this classified one in here at 300?
Well, we'll find out once the 200 one unlocks.
You want a scoop?
I may have to figure that out when that happens.
Oh, there you go, Ryan. Are you ready?
Mm.
Ryan, I want to ask you as well. You got to draw some awesome places in Perth and in Adelaide. Did you do any of our hometown, any Brisbane?
Oh, it's not in the story yet, at least.
Not yet.
Not
Is
so
Brisbane
far.
wiped out? I think Brisbane's wiped out, isn't it?
We'll find out.
I remember seeing there is a map. You showed me a map of what's there and what's not, but I'm just focused on the story. But yeah.
And what
Actually,
year is?
I think where I live in Mackay is okay. It was outside the blast zone. I did notice that, so I'm okay. Yeah. Sorry.
And what year was
Speaking
it
of
set in?
Journey. Oh, come on, Lee.
I just wanted to ask what year it was.
2015.
Sorry.
2015. So not too far away.
Yeah, so according to Scott Morrison, that'll be the time they were by net zero.
Perfect.
Does anyone here believe that?
Not at all. What were you going to say, Ignacio?
Speaking of journeys, Ryan, you are 1/3 into the book, still working in the book, or are you doing some work for the campaign? Because when Darren and I run with Matt Semper Fidelis, I worked during the campaign for the campaign, and then continue to work on the book. What's your process?
Little bits and pieces. Whenever Darren asked me to do something, I sort of, yep, whatever else you need, pretty much. So, let's go with the flow. Basically,
I'm a little more organised this time, so I don't have to bother Ryan as much as I did you, Ignacio.
Well, you took the best out of me. You made me a better artist. That's for sure.
Oh, cheers.
And before we go, I just wanted to let everyone know that we're in the middle of Ruvember. This is Ruvember. You can draw yourself a little Rufus. You can just draw it once if you want during the month of November, and then you post it up onto Instagram or Twitter or Facebook or whatever, and use the hashtag Ruvember and tag Darren. I'm sure Darren will share it around as well.
I will. Yeah. Absolutely. No, it's been fun. Like the Kickstarter running has taken up a lot of my time, so I'd hope to do more artwork for Ruvember, but there's still some great stuff coming through. So yeah.
Awesome. Well, we'll start slowly wrapping it up. Ryan, why don't you tell the people where they can find you if you want the people to find you?
Just find me on Facebook, really. Instagram as well. I've got stuff available coming out through comics at the moment. I think it's Noir. Well, Comics presents Noir issue 2. I've got stuff in that. That's sort of my most accessible thing at the moment, really.
Did I see you working on a Phantom pitch?
Yeah, I've had the idea to do a Phantom bootleg for a few years. Then Lee Chalkers fired me up about the Phantom. Like, I've got an idea. Let's do this, and we think about trying to do a backup story and send it into them and see what happens. And otherwise, we'll just put up on Facebook or something. Just something fun to do. So yeah, I'm working on a few things at the moment. Look, just at the same time, I was trying to get them all finished and free myself up next year and figure out what I'm going to do. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. And yeah, I'm just keen to go hardcore on comics now, basically, and do more and take it way more seriously than I ever have all these years, and expect a lot more. So.
Well, you've really, I think you've taken it to the next level with this Old Man Rufus. I've been really impressed with the quality of art. I mean, you've always been a great artist, but I haven't seen you this disciplined and dedicated to portraying a very realistic kind of looking book. You know, I think the last book that I enjoyed from you was called Man Panda. It was just a whole bunch of
fake
cover piss takes. Yeah.
It was a series that never existed. Yeah.
I just wish you would have put so many of these into PDFs, because so many people need to see these. They're great.
Yeah.
I've got a lot of it scanned. Actually, Man Panda's all scanned.
Okay.
And I think it is all on Facebook. Like, I put it on my page years ago. I'll have to reshare it all. I'm pretty sure. But I want to go through the process of getting a lot of my old mini comic stuff, scanning it, and then put it out normal comic format size, and actually getting some into people's hands. But that's what I kind of want to do next year a bit too. Like, make some sort of collection of old stuff, and because I've got tons of pages from over the years, so hundreds of pages of just what do I do with it all? So yeah. And I'm gonna delay Turbo Supermax, sorry, because I think I'll get sued if I release it, because there's so much. Looking back on it, it's just like, well, I can't put this out on a wider scale, because yeah, it was only not really meant for lots of people. I don't think it's just too much, so and I'll get in trouble. So one day I'll print it and just give it out to friends or something. So
that's a good way to go.
Darren.
Yeah, you know, obviously, oldmanrufus.killeroo.com is currently running till I think around December 14th. You can grab the full back catalogue at killeroo.com. And I've got there's an Oz Comic Con coming up in Melbourne, I think the second weekend of December. So I'll probably be the first time that I'll have Semper Fidelis available to purchase. So that'll be pretty cool. That's in Melbourne at, I think it's ozcomiccon.com.
Awesome.
And I just dropped a link in the chat for Comic Nano U YouTube channel, because Darren's going to be over there a bit later today, talking about some stuff.
Yep. Yeah, they've got a full schedule today of, I don't think it even stops. It's just full stop videos and interviews with a whole bunch of Australian creators. I've got a panel with Sean Keenan talking more in depth about Kickstarter tips and so forth. And there's also a panel Lauren Marshall is running called How to Draw Rufus. So I might pop in and say hello on that.
Yeah, we might need to go too, Ryan.
I better check that out.
Yeah, me too.
Fully.
But yeah, there's going to be a huge day. So stay on YouTube and watch more.
Yeah, I think they just went live.
Yep.
Oh, really?
I think so.
I thought it wasn't until 11 my time.
I don't know. You're leaving the future. I don't know what time is there.
Yeah. It's not until 11 my time. So it's like another hour and 15 minutes until it all kicks off.
Cool.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But Ignacio, why don't you tell the people where they can find you as well, you sexy man?
Well, you can find me here every now and again. Or you can also type this thing right there. That's my name, Ignacio Di Meglio, in Twitter and Instagram. And that's pretty much it. I don't have a lot of web presence. I don't do a lot of social media, but whatever I do it there, Instagram and Twitter.
Didn't you just have a cover come out, Ignacio?
Oh yeah. Yeah, I just did my first variant for Scout Comics present Steak presents Jessamy for it's exclusive variant cover for the Comic Burrito YouTube channel.
Nice.
I'm pulling it up right now. There it is.
Oh.
Look at that.
Yeah, I got to kill the Burrito Boys and chop their head.
That's awesome.
They asked for it.
Kind of looks
I
like
could only
Nick
oblige.
Offerman in the middle there.
Well, I think Gold would love to hear that.
Thanks heaps, guys, for chatting to us about Old Man Rufus.
Cheers.
Everyone, please go and back it now, and back Rick McClone and Adventure Illustrated as well to get some extra Killeroo action. So yeah, thanks heaps, guys.
Thanks for watching,
Thank you very much, guys.